Hey everyone, welcome to Nerds Being Geeks. This is Alex. Today we're talking about the TMNT Loot Crate exclusive Series 4 set that was just announced about a week ago. Now, I don't want this channel to turn into like a Loot Crate unboxing because I don't really plan on buying Loot Crate very often or again. Even though if you saw my previous Loot Crate video, they did really hook me up by replacing that Shredder figure. But I have heard of other just nightmarish stories that people have had with Loot Crate. Like I said, we're talking about the Series 2 TMNT exclusive Loot Crate and the figures that come with them. So as you can see, Crate 1 is going to have a movie figure. Crate 2 is going to be based on the arcade. Crate 3 is the Mirage. And Crate 4 is the cartoon again. So let's start with Crate 1 and the movie. We're going to look at the character of Danny. So you will be getting the TMNT Neca made. Actually, I think all of these are Neca figures. But this one is the Danny figure from the 1990 TMNT original movie. So, I mean, yeah, it looks like Danny. It's got like Walkman, two different heads. Quite surprised actually that they're putting out Danny before they put out like April O'Neil. Which I thought was a bigger part of the movie than Danny was, even though he did have a significant role in the movie. Even though I have Shredder and Splinter and the 4 turtles, the NECA figures from that movie, I don't care to have this figure. I say about the only other one from the original movie that I'd care to have would be April O'Neil. Oh, I do also have Ralph in Disguise and the Casey Jones. And I'm going to assume that they're going to release April O'Neil in a 2-pack with an unmasked Casey Jones. Because I believe the actor that played him, can't remember his name, didn't sign off on his likeness when they made the Casey Jones figure. So that's why you can't take the mask off on the figure or there's like a swappable head. But I believe since they released that Casey Jones 2-pack with Raphael, he did sign off on it. So I'm assuming that's what we'll get. Probably like something like the farm scene or something along that. Let's move on to Crate 2, which is the arcade. And if you recognize that outline, it is Armagon, which I believe first appeared in the Archie produced TMNT Adventures comic. Yes, he looks like a street shark. I have some of the Archie books, but I personally know him mostly from the TMNT Tournament Fighters game. I had that on Super Nintendo, and I believe that's where they're basing this arcade version off of, is from the Tournament Fighters game. There's a lot of characters they can pull from that game later on down the road, and I believe the Sega version, they had different characters or different sprites. I can't quite remember. I never had a Sega. I had a Super Nintendo. Okay, moving on to Crate 3, the Mirage comic book turtle figure. So this outline might not be completely recognizable. It is from the Mirage book TMNT book 21 from 1989. And it is one of the members of Shredder's Elite. They are what you get when you mix the ashes of the Ninja Turtles' worst enemy, Shredder, with a cloning worm. And these worms turned into 3 different Shredders, one of them being a 4-armed Shredder. The one where the figure is based off of is a Shredder with claws, and a miniature shredder. Yeah, interesting story there. I believe like they cut off like the forearm shredder's arms and like worms were spewing out. Pretty crazy. So it looks like they went with the crabbed hand shredder for that figure. Interesting choice. I feel like they could have done different figures from that Mirage line. I wonder if this means that they will be doing the other Shredder Elite figures, the forearm and the miniature. I would have preferred like a Eastman and layered Casey Jones maybe. Okay, so for crate 4, we get the cartoon. And if you saw my previous video on TMNT, I am not a fan of the cartoon. Never watched it, never got into it. I prefer the darker, adult, Frank Miller-esque turtles. But it looks like it's this Super Donnie Dark Turtle figure. It seems like a lot of people are pretty excited about that, so that's awesome. I mean, the Super Donnie looks cool. It kind of looks like Batman and a turtle mixed together, so that's pretty sweet, because I'm a big Batman fan. If you ordered all 4 crates, they were going to give you an exclusive figure, just like they did in the previous series. If you ordered all 3 crates, you got the bunny suit Bebop. So if you order all 4 crates, you get this NECA cartoon Scrag. Yeah, I know I messed that up in the last Loot Crate TMNT video. Once again, it's a cartoon figure. I do not know who this is, but it looks like you get multiple heads, multiple hands. So I'm sure there's some TMNT fans that are pretty excited about that. All right, so there it is. There's all 4 crate figures that you will get. I personally don't plan on ordering any of these. I think the only one I would get would be crate 2, because I'm a fan of the tournament fighter, and Armagon is a cool looking character. Even though I'm a fan of the Mirage books, Crab Hands, Shredder Elite doesn't really do much for me. Not a fan of the cartoon. Really, the only movie figure I want now is April. Luckily, I'm not a completionist, so I don't need every single figure from every single series that I buy from. If you are, these are going to be out. I believe they're around 60 or 70 bucks a crate, and I think you'll get a discount if you buy all 4 crates. So order them if you want them. This is Alex from Nerds Being Geeks.